Hi, I'm Corbin Phelps, and today I was fortunate enough to talk with our head athletic trainer, Bray. This is the conversation that we had. Hi, my name is Corbin Phelps, and today I'm joined with Bray, our head athletic trainer here at the high school. Bray, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So I like to start off with just getting the obvious things out of the way. What is your position here at GCHS, and what do you do?
So, I'm the head athletic trainer. I'm in charge of injury prevention, injury management. When someone gets hurt, we do all the rehabilitation here. We refer to doctors if needed. Basically, anything. We're here to save lives. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that, but if we have to, then we are able to do that as well. So, that's pretty cool.
So I love to know the background of someone because I feel like that's really important. So, what ultimately led you to become an athletic trainer?
So that's a great question. I was an athlete my entire life. I played sports in high school, obviously, and then I was blessed to be able to play college basketball for 2 years. Just being around sports my entire life, seeing what the athletic trainers do, not knowing that was even a job until I got to high school, and just seeing how cool it is to be around sports, and you see the injury from start to finish. So that's pretty much why I got into it.
So, building off of that, were there any injuries that you or someone you saw suffered that led you to become an athletic trainer?
Not anything in particular. I think it was just the all around being around sports and just seeing what they did for other people that made me interested.
Yeah, so you've been here since my freshman year, but you seem to have a lot more experience than 4 years. So how long exactly have you been an athletic trainer?
Going on 6 years, so not much longer than you've seen me here. I was positioned before I got here. I've been certified for about 6 years now. So I got my master's right after I got my bachelor's. So I do have 2 degrees, which is pretty cool because now athletic training is a complete master's program. So it was good to kind of get ahead of that before they changed it.
So how long exactly did it take you to become an athletic trainer, whether that's like both schooling and like internships, stuff like that?
My undergrad was 4 years. I was certified after my 4 years. And then I went and got my master's, which was an accelerated program. It was 11 months instead of a 2 year program. But now, currently, they're doing a 7 year program for athletic trainers.
So where did you previously work before you came here to the high school?
I was at Marion High School, actually. So, my husband is a principal in Marion, and he is also a coach. So, that's kind of how I got up there.
All right. So aside from like all the regular duties of an athletic trainer, like caring for the kids and student athletes, what do you hope to teach or imprint on the student athletes that you see every day?
That's a great question. I feel like the injury portion is the bare minimum of what I do in my job. I have a lot of closed doors in my room, a lot of venting that goes on. So I feel like mental health is a huge part of that as well. And just if you need an ear other than your parents or your peers, I'm definitely here to do that as well.
So there's a program where students they can become student trainers, and were you the one to start that program, or was that implemented before you got here?
That was implemented before we got here. So we have an athletic training program. So you have to sign up, you have to interview, and then there's a whole process that you have to go through. We see where you fit and where you're needed. Basically, everyone does not get, I guess, accepted. It's not strenuous, but we hold you to a high standard. So not everyone will get in, but I hope that a lot of people apply.
What was so important about that program that you decided to keep it going?
A lot of it had to do with there wasn't a program when I was in school, and I think that a lot of these kids don't know what they want to do yet. And so my hopes is that I can either steer them to athletic training, something healthcare related, or maybe they'll do this for 4 years and decide, that's not what I want to do before they go spend thousands of dollars in college.
So kind of, I guess, building off that, but more so just thinking about in the future. In many, many years, when you decide to retire, what kind of legacy do you hope that you have left here at Greenfield-Central High School?
I hope I leave a legacy of caring. I always want people to think that Bray was a very caring person. I cared about everyone and everything, even if it's small stuff. So that's very important to me.
So in your many years in this field, what would you say has been the most defining moment of your career?
Man, that's a tough one. Um, I would say not even one specific moment, but just the amount of parents, the amount of staff that reach out to me personally to thank me for my thankless job. Sometimes like that means the most to me.
So every time I'm here in the training room, besides right now, obviously, there's usually 2 or more students getting cared for at a time. So what would you say is the most common injury for athletes of all different sports to come in here and get treated for?
I would probably say tendinitis of any kind, which is inflammation of a tendon. There are tendons all over your body. I would say that's probably the most common injury that I see.
So similar, what injury, common or not, is the most difficult for you to treat and get athletes back to health?
ACL tears. We've had quite a few of those this year. So we begin our rehab before surgery. They have surgery, and then we have 20 to 24 weeks, depending on the kid, of rehab after that. So it's tough. They've got to commit because a lot of that is on us. So if they don't commit, it kind of looks like, what are you guys doing? So it's tough because it's a long process.
And outside of like a physical therapist, you also help in the rehabilitation process like during the seasons?
Absolutely, yeah. Off season, I'm here all year round, so.
So at Greenfield-Central, we are lucky to have so many different sports that student athletes can play. Is there a sport that you prefer treating the student athletes of more than others?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say there's a specific sport that I enjoy treating. I enjoy treating all athletes, no matter what sport. I will say basketball is my favorite sport, not because of the athletes, but just because that's what I love.
So every single person that I've ever talked to that has interacted with you, including myself, has had nothing but good things to say about you.
Oh, thanks.
And do you think that having a positive environment for the workplace and just giving students a place where they can feel safe and cared for, do you think that is important for both the mental and physical healing of students?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like if you don't start there, no one will come in here and I won't be able to help them anyways. So I think that is very important to me because you guys talk, you guys are kids. So if someone says, Bray's not very nice, they're not going to come in here and I'm not going to have the chance to give them the treatment that they need.
So when you first became an athletic trainer, was there a certain aspect of the job that threw you for a loop, just something that you never really expected to happen?
I would say when I went from the assistant position to the head position, the amount of administration work that there is, I think it didn't really catch me off guard, but I was kind of like, I have to do that and that and that and be an athletic trainer and treat these kids and go to these games. So sometimes when I first started, it was a little overwhelming, but I think that I've managed it pretty well.
Well, that about covers it. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Corbin.
Thank you.